I feel like I've been a little bit judgmental towards YouTube, and I need to express that. Sometimes we have to do things for money that we don't like, and sometimes the profit incentive might be the best direction to move in, it seems. I know it's not an easy decision to make, so I say all that to say, from a moral and social standpoint, maybe keeping the news away from the home uh, selection, or putting the gaming and entertainment and the movies in front or next up from the home selection on the television, that is, might be just something that needs to be done for the sake of revenue. So, the news doesn't seem like it provides as much, if any, revenue for YouTube. So I understand that revenue, or looking at things from the position of profit or financial profit, at times might be the best way to do it. So for that, I needed to express that. So anyway, just had to say that. I had to be fair about that. Anyway, I will say this. I feel like what triggered me to make those videos are two things that I feel like YouTube needs to address. One, I strongly dislike that downvote being taken away. I feel like that was major. For me, that was major, because I feel like that took away the common person's ability to vote. And I feel like the main people that were negatively affected were people in power. And that's why it was taken away. That, I feel like that was the true reason it was taken away. Because people in power felt like that was disruptive to their power. Because for years, in my experience, I felt like the upvote, downvote system seemed reasonably accurate. And I look at all types of stuff, all types of music, religions, all types of stuff. And I felt like it was reasonably accurate. So anyway, that's number one. That was my first reason, or that was my first trigger to make those videos. The second was that I recently, for the first time, got a video removed, and I understand why they removed that video, because the video was graphic, and in hindsight I should have been more careful. So I don't want to um, blame the people that are in charge of making those decisions, because they have, from what I understand, extremely difficult jobs and very hard decisions to make on a daily basis. And I don't even want to imagine the psychological effects that they must be dealing with to have to sift through countless graphic and disturbing images and decide what is too much, and do that as a job, as a daily job. If any of you are ever listening to this, the best advice I can give is to try to allow it to shape you into something beautiful. Take all that negative energy and use it to force yourself to rise above it. You're going to have to change friends, most likely, or get new friends, if any, most likely, because you're going to need to be around people that can stomach, well, can, you're going to you're only really going to value the support of people that understand what that must be like, because those are going to be the only people, in my opinion, that are going to be able to truly listen and truly give support, at least the support that you need. Anyway, the video that was removed was a video of men in prison, black, either jail or in prison, and they were beating on another man mercilessly. It was one of the worst things. I've seen quite a bit of graphic footage, and I'll say it was pretty bad. I mean, yeah, it was pretty bad. So, but my issue with YouTube, as it related to, oh yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. There's one more. Well, you know what? I guess I can still just make it two. What triggered me when they took down that video was, I know that they've been taking down COVID videos and stuff like that, and they took down my video. Well, the reason for them taking down these virus videos or virus information videos, according to them, is for the sake of safety and, I guess, overall well-being for the public and all that. But using that logic, why do they keep such awful music in the trending sections, and as far as this whole gangster rap thing? Now I can understand if this stuff is old or older stuff, but this, as far as I'm concerned, my point is, as far as I'm concerned, gangster rap is a significant cause for images of violence like the one that I uploaded. It's like that. As far as I'm concerned, gangster rap and violence and prison violence, especially, goes together like peanut butter and jelly. Notice I said gangster rap and not rap. Specifically gangster rap. And I don't care what kind. I don't care if it's rock or metal or whatever. If you have anybody, any type of glorification of crime, all manners of crime, to where anybody can look at it, including young kids, how is that not harmful to society? I'll tell a story. I remember I was driving down. I was near like 100 and I was near 100 and you know what? I was driving down the street and I saw this guy while I was driving looking at me with a scowl on his face. And while I was driving, I had the strongest urge to do a U-turn and see what was on the man's mind. See why he was looking at me like that. I didn't do it though. I didn't do it. But I almost did. And I realized, well, I asked myself, why did I almost do that? And I realized it was because I was listening to some pretty hardcore gangster rap at the time. Hardcore. This particular artist, who I won't name, exclusively, it seemed, just rapped about murder and this tough guy stuff, which is what I valued him for. I thought that was, I sought it out. And I specifically sought out the most gangster, or the person I thought was the most gangster rapper. Not just gangster, but also he also sounded good too. So it goes together. So you got to sound good as well. And once I realized what I almost did, and I came very, very close to addressing that person, I put that tape, it was a cassette tape. I put that cassette tape in the container, and I most likely either threw it out of the window or I drove somewhere and I just opened the car door and placed it on the ground. I believe I did one or the other, because I knew that I never felt, and I most likely would not have felt that way if I had been listening to Sting and the Police or Rick James. So again, if they really cared about life or human life or our society, my biggest question is why. If you can take down virus videos or virus information videos, why do you promote gangster rap videos where people are glorifying countless crimes and immorality based on based on most major religions and most culture, these values would be considered criminal or immoral. Yet YouTube has no problem with promoting it. And based on my experiences, when I've been out in the street, it seemed like any time I saw somebody in public who seemed a little unsavory, or by that I mean they seem like crime is a full-time job. If they had earphones on and I could hear it, it was practically always, some gangster rap. Too many times I've been out in the public and I've seen somebody if I see them bumping their head and they've got like a scowl on their face, it's like I already know that they're listening to BS. And they're listening to something that's the equivalent of junk food for the soul. The stuff that fuels the prison systems and homelessness and drug addiction and death and crime. And they're promoting it. And it's practical, and it's not even, it's so obvious that it's not good for you. And what makes it obvious is because, like I said, if you're glorifying things that are considered crimes and vices in practically every major religion and culture, that says it's not good. But my video, or the video I posted of the prison assault or the jail assault, that was seen as too harmful or too graphic. In my opinion, all I was showing was the end result, or all I wanted to show was the end result of what that musical filth and garbage results in. Creating individuals that seem to feel nothing to snatch a son's life away from their mother, or a brother's life away from his sister, or a father's life away from their child.